Time now for the morning rush. The city says that their attempts to shorten long 911 wait times is in the works. APD is now getting help from the Albuquerque Community Safety Team. Well, that team answered 9,000 of those calls this past year, but they are currently staffed by 50 unarmed first responders who handle mental and behavioral health issues as well as homelessness.
A teen is facing up to 30 years in prison after being found guilty of first-degree murder in a drug deal gone wrong. Noah Duran shot and killed Elijah Mirabal at North Domingo Baca Park after a drug deal that was set up over Snapchat. The jury found Duran guilty of first-degree murder.
An Albuquerque man is behind bars this morning accused of murdering his infant daughter. 5-month-old Trinity Garcia was admitted to the hospital with a brain bleed in February and died a month later after she was taken off life support. Her father, Adam Garcia, was charged with her death. APD arrested him yesterday. Erica.
And here's a look at the school day forecast. Temperatures are in the upper 50s, a cool start and maybe needing some extra layers for the morning commute. And by this afternoon, we're going to be warm, dry, and mostly to partly sunny.
The family of a veteran who died after contracting COVID is set to receive $300,000 from the state. Ricky Widener contracted COVID at the state's Veterans Home in TRC. His widow claimed the facility was not following the state's COVID-safe protocols. Widener is among 37 who contracted the virus and died at the home.
Understaffing in New Mexico jails and prisons has now reached crisis levels. A recent legislative report card for the State Corrections Department shows vacancy rates at some prisons hitting 50%. The vacancy rate for probation and parole officers is also up to about 22%. Erica.
And here's a look at our threat index. It is 0 today. We're going to see warm and dry conditions all across the state.
This morning, Ian is still churning its way across the state of Florida after making landfall yesterday as a Category 4 storm with 150-mile-per-hour winds. National Weather Service is now warning the tropical storm is going to move north and east and could cause significant and catastrophic flooding. It's expected to develop throughout the day today for areas that does include Orlando.
President Biden is now laying out an $8 billion investment aimed at ending food insecurity by 2030. The president says that the funding comes from more than 100 private businesses and organizations. The president has also proposed changes to the federal food programs like SNAP and expanding access to free meals in schools. Erica.
To look at traffic, we are seeing clear conditions on the roads. No accidents or slowdowns to report. And trackers going west on Candelaria. As you can see, everything's moving at speed.
A regional bargain outlet company giving a nod to a birthday by going big. Ollie's Bargain Outlet in Illinois celebrated its 40th birthday by making the world's largest Ollie bobblehead. There it is. The bobblehead stands 16 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in over 600 pounds.
Time now for the 5 facts.
At number 5, students in Roswell have a new opportunity to learn how to cook this morning. Roswell High is celebrating its new food truck, the Coyote Cafe, run and managed by students right on campus. That does include sophomores, juniors, and seniors.
And at number 4 this morning, we're moving on to this story right here. We're talking about New Mexico's universities. They are depending on voters this November in order to get large-scale renovations done. Voters will either say yes or no to bond question 3. About 89 million of that would go to UNM, and about 51 million would go to NMSU.
And at number 3, it is going to be a dry day. Temperatures will be climbing through the upper 50s this morning and back into the low 80s by the afternoon with some high cirrus clouds across the state.
At number 2, the family of a veteran who died from COVID is set to receive $300,000 from the state of New Mexico. 75-year-old Ricky Widener contracted COVID at the state's Veterans Home in TRC.
Finally, number 1 for you. Albuquerque Police is working with a group of first responders that are unarmed. It's the Albuquerque Community Safety Program to help shorten the time on 911 calls. If you want details on how you could get hired, go to our website, krqe.com.